Hi, hello. Today I am going to tell an interesting lesson. Before telling the lesson, guess the lesson name. To guess the lesson name, I will ask you few questions. The first question: name the things which are present around you. Name few things which are present around you. Probably the answers might be fan, tube light, chair, wall, pen, books, etc. Hope everyone will tell these answers. Now my second question. Name some food items you like. So the answers might be ice creams, chocolates, fruits, biryani. So probably these kind of answers you give. So all of you, whatever examples you said, can you tell what we call these things? Can you replace with a word? Yeah, we can replace with a word called matter. So we can replace with a word called matter. Today we are going to discuss a chapter called Matter Around Us. So today we are going to discuss the chapter Matter Around Us. It's the first chapter from 9th class. Okay, now what is called matter? We never heard it. So what is matter? Anything which has mass and volume is called as matter. Anything which has mass and volume. So what is matter? Anything which has mass and volume is called as matter. Now what is mass? It should have some weight. It should have some little quantity of weight. Now what is volume? It should occupy some space. So for example, let me take this pen. Definitely it will have some weight. Either 10 grams, 20 grams, 15 grams. It will have some mass. Now at the same time, is it occupying some space? Definitely. See now, nothing is there here in this space. Now if I keep pen, it is occupying that space. It has some mass, also occupying space. You take me. So I'm having some mass, either 50 kg or 52 kg. Am I occupying some space? Definitely. I'm taking some volume. So if you take 1 liter water bottle, if you see like it will be having some weight, either 1 kg, 2 kg, but how much space it has, how much space it is occupying? It is occupying 1 liter space. So like that, whomever having mass and occupying space, they are called as matter. Here occupying space, nothing but volume. You can replace with a word called volume. Anything which has mass and volume is called as matter. So here volume is nothing but space. Now you understood what is matter. Anything which has mass and occupying space is called as matter. You can write like this. Anything which has mass and volume is called as matter. So I will give some examples. Whatever the examples you said, things which are present in your home, the food dishes which you like, all these are examples of matter. Okay, let me give first some more examples like all benches, chairs, fans. Okay, we know what is matter. Anything which has mass and volume is called matter. We can write like this also. Anything which has mass and occupies space is called as matter. Now, how to identify matter? All examples you can see, all examples you cannot see are comes under matter. Now tell me a few examples which you can see. Now very good. Whatever examples I've written, book, pen, you, me, phone, TV, everything you can see. So something which you can see is always matter. Now what are the examples you cannot see? Now right now I'm inhaling, exhaling. What I'm inhaling? Oxygen. What I'm exhaling? Carbon dioxide. Or all these are gases. They're all gases we cannot see. See, even we cannot see, they have some space, they have some mass, and also they occupy some space. So things which you cannot see are like all gases. All gases comes under air. All gases, including air, mixture of gases. So things which you can see, things which you cannot see, all comes under matter. So let me give you examples. For example, if you take ice cream, now if it has mass, does it have mass? Yes, obviously it might be 20 grams, 30 grams. Is it occupying some volume? Is it occupying some space? Yes. When you put ice cream cup on a particular table, it is occupying some space. In that space, you cannot keep other object. So obviously, ice cream occupying space. So it comes under matter. So, are you and me are matter? Yes. We have some weight, we have some mass, and we are occupying some space. Can other people can stand in the same place where you stood? No. So you are occupying some space. Okay. So like that, whomever having mass and occupying spaces, they're all called as matter. Now you got a clarity on matter. Now in this lesson, we are going to talk about matter which are present around us and their properties, how they behave. Now, all things are not matter. Remember, when you take shadow, it is occupying space. But the shadow is having weight. You take a weighing balance, you stand in such a way that your shadow has to fall on weighing balance. Now, do the reading of weighing balance changes? Obviously no. So, shadow doesn't come under matter. Mass. It doesn't have mass. No mass, zero mass. But it is occupying some space. It doesn't have mass, but it is occupying space. So something which is occupying some space, it has some dimensions. You can calculate with certain formulas. So till now what we have discussed, anything which has mass and volume are called as matter. Some matter we can see, some matter we cannot see. So all comes under matter. And you have to remember, third point, all matter made of tiny particles called as atoms or molecules. If you see some examples, the water we drink made of hydrogen and oxygen. If you see chalk piece, the chalk piece which we are using for writing board is made of calcium, carbon, oxygen. So calcium carbonate, all food items, all foodie items are made of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. So finally, all matter you see around you all prepared from atoms. So how many atoms we have? Yes, that's correct answer. We have totally 1118 atoms. We have totally 1118 atoms. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. Hope you have learned all this. You know till 30 years. So all matter is made up of these tiny particles itself. So all of you give 5 examples of matter you can see. Give 5 examples of matter you cannot see. Name 5 examples of non-matter. So your shadow is not matter. time is not matter, all feelings, affections, they do not have any mass, they do not have any space. So they all comes under, all energies, light, they all comes under non-matter. So okay, till now what we have learned, anything which has mass and occupies space is called matter. Some matter we can see, some matter we cannot see. Examples of matter you can see, examples of matter you cannot see. And fourth point, all matter is made of tiny particles called as atoms or molecules. We have totally 118 atoms through which all matter is prepared. Okay, sometimes we say mass, sometimes we say weight. Sometimes we say mass, sometimes weight. Are they same or different? Let us discuss today. So they are different. Let us see what is the difference between mass and weight. We often say the mass is 5 kg, the weight is 5 kg. Is it correct to use these kind of terms? So your mass and weight are different. The amount of matter present in a substance is called as mass. The amount of gravitational force acting on a substance is called as weight. So we'll see the differentiation. Example, if I take an object which is prepared from which is prepared from 10 atoms. So how many atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 atoms. So let us assume the weight is 10. So if you see example, same example that side, if you see example here, the same substance, I'm taking the same substance, here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here also 10 kg. Now this 10 kg mass, here also 10 kg is mass, here is also 10 kg is mass. Now this 10 kg mass is pulled by gravitational force. The earth is pulling every time every mass downwards. With how much acceleration? Every time it is 9.8 meter per second square. With that much acceleration it is every time pulling. Now what is weight? Weight equal to mass is multiplied with the pulling force. W equal to 98 newtons. Now if you see like what is mass? Mass equal to 10 kg. Now what is weight? Weight equal to 98 newtons. So here if you see like mass is nothing but with how many particles it is prepared. The amount of matter present in a substance is called as mass. Now what is weight? With how much force earth is pulling the substance downwards. And that force is called as weight. Now here the mass is represented with, here mass units are either kg or gram. And here weight units are Newton. It's called Newton. Hope you understood the difference between mass and weight. So the amount of matter present in a substance is called as mass. Nothing but how many particles are there. If you see here, 10 particles are there, approximately 10 kg. 10 particles are 10 kg. So if you take a substance me, suppose the total weight of the particles present in my body is 52 kg. So I am just adding the weights of the particles which are present in my body. So here mass is nothing but you are just adding the weight of the particles. You are counting the weight of the particles. So here what is my mass? The amount of particles present in my body. Bones, blood, every organ, etc. And here also what is the mass of the this particular marker. So you have to calculate the masses of inside particles, refill, everything. So the amount of matter present in a particular substance is called as mass, and it is always calculated with kgs and grams. And the amount of gravitational force acting on a substance is called as weight. It is always measured by multiplying mass with acceleration. Here acceleration is always constant everywhere and depends on situation. And the units of mass is kilograms or grams. The units of weight is newtons. And mass is always measured with simple balance or common balance. And weight is always measured with spring balance. So hope you understand the difference between mass and weight. Now there is a relation between mass and weight. With a formula we can tell W equal to mass mg. W equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Suppose if the mass of an object is 100 kg. Now always G is constant, it is 9.8 meter per second square. Now what is weight? Weight equal to 100 into 9.8 which results 980 newtons. So this is the value of weight. So with the formula you can calculate every mass and every weight with a particular formula. Now we see properties of matter. There are two properties of matter, extensive properties and intensive properties. What are these properties? The properties of the matter which depend on size or mass of the object is called as extensive properties. The properties of the matter which do not depend on size or mass of the object is called as intensive properties. So the properties of matter which depend on mass or size of the object are called as extensive properties. The properties of the matter which do not depend on mass or size are called as intensive properties. So your extensive properties depend on mass and size of the object. Intensive property does not depend. What are the example comes under? We'll see examples are nothing but mass, volume, etc. We have many examples. We can see two examples. Intensive properties, if you see like density, temperature, these are the two examples of intensive properties. So for example, if I see extensive properties, now if you see like extensive property mass, to calculate mass we have to calculate the total mass. So we have to count all the particles mass, then only we'll get. Now if you see like density means like the amount of particles present in a particular space. So for density there is not required to take the whole object. To calculate extensive properties we are taking the whole object. For calculating intensive properties, there is not required to take the whole object. Just take the small amount of substance. So for example, to calculate temperature, not required to take the whole object. If you calculate the temperature of single substance, definitely the temperature will be almost same to the remaining particles also. So what is extensive properties? The properties which depend on mass or size of the object are called as, so the properties of matter which depend on mass or size is called as extensive properties. The properties of matter which do not depend on mass or size is called as intensive properties. So here extensive property depend on the whole matter. Intensive properties does not depend on the whole matter. Now we will go for classification of matter. So whatever matter you see around you is present in how many states? Can you guess? All say 3 states: solid, liquid, gas. No, there are 5 states of matter. Matter is classified into 5 states: solid, liquid, gases, plasma, BAC. So there are 2 more states extra: solids, liquids, gases, plasma state, BEC state, Bose-Einstein condensation states.